right, guys, we are doing another competitive audit for one of our brand accelerator clients. And today, Malika and I are going to go in on some competitive analysis for our client, who's one of my media coaches at the same time, Jess Toddfeld. And I know if you guys are following the channel and following our videos, he's been in and featured in quite a few of them. And so today we are going to dive in and kind of showcase how we do competitive audits and what we're going to create and document for this particular client so we can get him a brand identity that's really going to connect with his audience and generate more business for him. So I'm going to share screen real quick and kind of go over the summary and insights document that we create for all of our clients, but specifically look at the select competitors that Jess wants us to take a peek at so we can do our diligence and create something awesome. So the first competitor that we're going to go check out is MediaTrainingWorld.com. So let's go check them out. MediaTrainingWorld.com. So what's up, Malika?
All great. Great further development. Where do we go from here?
Yep. Why isn't this coming up?
I've been reviewing the three websites, the three competitors, and I think this time we're gonna have like what to say. Last time with the Monica Klein and with Mary Parlell, we were all praises, but with these three, I think it's gonna be a different situation.
All right. Yeah, I can totally see what you're saying when it comes to our 2 cents and how we're going to probably devour these competitors with our critique. So you can see the screen, right?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, cool. Woof. First impression, Malika.
First impression, very, very content heavy and in your face.
Yeah.
And definitely not modern, where everything is kind of subdued to user and to clear message. In here, you don't know where to look.
Yeah.
Right away.
Yeah.
Everything is everywhere.
I get a headache. Immediately.
Yeah.
So what we need there's just too much going on above the fold.
Yeah.
Which immediately makes me confused.
Yeah, definitely. Even if you know why you came here, you can easily forget.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we don't want when it comes to, creating a user experience that is easy on the eye, seamless, and just helps our audience get to what they want.
Yeah.
Quick, easy, fast, without them, having a headache or a migraine, know. So I'm looking at this as we scroll down, and it's like get free media here, call today, watch video. They got some testimonial here. Yeah. So, okay. So they have some elements here that are going to help them, build the credibility. How I like the way that they use the videos. However, it might be overkill.
Yeah. They have the content, but I think what we can use from this landing page in our advantage is to kind of really focus on structuring the content for just differently and structuring it very well and organized, and not even if we have as much content as this for Jess, we are able to structure it differently so that everything is more pleasant and not so much in your face and not so just all over the place. There's no other expression I can use.
Yeah. It's just like things are just slapped up there, you know, and it's just, again, it's just very confusing. Now they have their about page with articles. Okay. So they have a couple articles here. All right. Okay. They have this pop-up that keeps annoying me. And then they have their training pages. Okay. Which is, okay. Presentation training. This is what Jess does. So they have a video here.
Yeah. These pages are actually better, I think. I mean, they're not like awesomely designed, but they are kind of have this better structure. It's easier to navigate through.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They have a rave reviews section. So this is just a stack of testimonials.
Yeah.
Okay. View a sampling of our clients. Okay. Again, I think the presentation could use some work too.
Yeah.
You know, in regards to how they present, you know, their clients. They have some celebrity clients here, like, you know, they're kind of just buried here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you don't even see it.
Right. Okay. So overall, we give this, you know, we give this competitor a D for design and overall, like, messaging. It's just too much, and it's hard to digest. So what we want to do is simplify, and really have a great, you know, headline image. I'm sorry, not only a great image of Todd, but Jess, but a headline that is just going to grab them and want them to dig deeper and to find out exactly how Jess helps them do what they want to, you know, accomplish. So that's mediatrainingworldwide.com. Let's go to another one. So let's look at mrmediatraining.com. MR. Okay. Interesting.
Not so different.
Did we just take a warp zone back to like 1998?
Yeah, that's the feeling I had looking at those three websites. I was thinking, okay, maybe their audience is kind of more mature and this works, but I don't think. I just think that they kind of didn't have the need or didn't realize that they had a need to update their website. So.
Yeah. And so, Malika, what does that say, and what does that do to our brand when we come to a site like this? You know, and again, branding is that gut feeling you get when the minute you interact with a business or a brand or anyone in general. I mean, we're all little mini walking brands, if you will, right? So we get to this page, and what's the gut feeling?
Yeah, I think kind of very much lacking the personal touch. This is not a personal website, I get that, but I noticed a pattern within those websites, not just these three that we are looking at, but it seems as if they are just kind of focusing on corporate, and that's it, and then getting too many information out there, but without any kind of, without the tendency to evoke feeling and a personal touch, to kind of get into the person who visits the website, leaving the website with a certain sense of kind of familiarity or kind of an emotion. Yeah, I don't think that this website evokes emotion. It just transcends information and a lot of it.
Yeah. The other thing that it tells me is it looks extremely outdated. And when I see an outdated website, I'm wondering if their product or service is outdated as well.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah.
Right. And in 2018, like there's too much selection to choose from. And so I would come here and, you know, you saw my, you know, and I do this kiddingly, but with all seriousness at the same time, like I joke when I said, did we get Warp Zone back to 98? Like immediately I'm discouraged because I'm like, is this company really going to be able to help me, build up my media presence and train me, with the latest trends and the cutting edge. So the good news is the way we position Jess, where all of these sites, the past 2 sites have been zigging, right? We can zag with Jess and come up with something that looks way more just inviting, up to date, encouraging, credible, authoritative. And the great thing about Jess is he's extremely animated. He's got a great personality. He dresses really well. And this just all subconsciously builds a tremendous amount of trust right off the bat. So we're looking here. So they have a bunch of featured posts. So it looks like they go like straight into like a blog type of presentation. So they come here and it's just a lot of reading. And again, I don't know how many folks are going to dive deep into some heavy reading.
Yes.
When you go to websites, what happens? You skim.
Yeah, you just scroll around, see if there's anything of interest, and if it's too heavy, you just go away.
Right. So featured posts. So I don't even know, like, what they do.
Yeah.
Right. So user experience, an F. Brand identity, F. I'm giving them grades here. Where is there any sort of call to action to take me to the next step, or to build an email list, right? To get them into your community and tribe, right? I don't see any of that. I see it tucked away here. Sign up for our newsletter. Who's signing up for newsletters in 2018?
They are consistent, but they are consistent with outdated design and experience.
Yes. So we need to look at that, and it's making me kind of excited because what we're going to do for Jess is completely devour his competition. I mean, I don't even see this as competition, to be honest with you, when it comes to Jess and what he has to deliver.
Yeah, as we see, his competition is kind of looking pretty much all the same, and we are not gonna completely reinvent the wheel and confuse the user who comes. We are gonna keep it in the corporate zone and into kind of a bit of safe zone, but we are gonna work on giving it a much more personality and emotion and kind of structure, modern touch.
Which is just gonna crush it. It's just gonna crush it. So, I mean, here's their services. Again, these banners are poof. So, and you don't even know they're clickable. I had to, it's, where's the call to action button? I just thought these were 2 images. I didn't think, because I do what I do, I'm going to search around. But for a layman person, coming here, it says by clicking on the boxes below. Okay. Well, I would have to read that first, right?
Yeah.
I would have a button here, click here for more.
Yeah. So right? That at least, it's a bit recognizable. It's a link. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just say we're not hiring Mr. Media Training
here.
For our to get good at what it is that we're trying to do here, which is increase our media presence. So, all right. So let's can this one, and we will go to our last but not least, amanet.org. Let's check them out. AMAnet. Okay, same thing. Very, very just HTML-y and old school.
Old school,
American Management Association. So what's your first feeling? What's your gut feeling when you get to this site, Amalika?
I don't know where to look. I would like to run away. That's a gut feeling. For example, if I heard about this company, if I would really want to engage with this, I would actually have in my mind that I need to spend time. So basically, I would only spend time on this website if I know already who they are, and that they are really, really good. So that's the only reason that will keep me here. So this is not good for kind of attaining new clients, definitely. So if Jess is, and it is, attention is to gain new clients from a website, then having all this information right above the fold is not good. So I think what we should do is keep it simple and incorporate Jess's image that's going to look professional and kind of give it a personal touch. And as I saw a couple of your strategy calls, I wasn't going too much into it at this point, but I saw that kind of he has a interesting sense of humor, and he's kind of interesting, and we should maybe find a way to incorporate that into a message, maybe in the copy of the website or somehow, and then the graphics could follow that. So that was my idea. I kind of thought that it's a good thing to keep it consistent with his personality. So maybe it's something that he could also recommend. I mean, because he knows himself the best, and he knows how to, with your help, of how to actually make it work on the website. So that's,
yeah, and it's going to be really easy for our copywriter to get his personality, and articulate that on the site and in through the copy. So I know I'm very confident with our work here and our team to be able to do that. You know, it's tough when you have somebody with sort of a bland personality, or who's introverted, or kind of just talks in a monotone and doesn't really seem exciting. Like, you know, that's really tough to evoke that emotion and bring out that and I feel like that's something that I do with my clients. Is I it seems to be a sixth sense or a superpower of mine, is to pull out that creativity inside of them, even though they think they're not creative, or they think they're not that exciting, or that's the word I'm looking for, exciting. And so I see right through that, and I'm like, I'm working with a client right now where he thought he was just having. He just had a business that does a prep course, a prep training for a test, where this guy is so much more dynamic than just selling a prep course training, and so I was able, through our calls, I was able to pull all that out of him and have him recognize that, and empowering him to say, look at all this other value and skill set and, experience you have. This is the stuff that we need to leverage in order to have you stand out from your competition. So anyway, I went off on a little tangent, but let me get back. I see here web events and free resources, on-demand webinar. Again, I also find this text to be very small.
Yes, it is.
Right? They got podcasts buried in here, so if we go here, so they got some podcasts here, but just the way it's presented is just, God. So again, very outdated, trying to do too much in a little bit of space. I mean, look at all this white space over here and over here that we can be utilizing.
Yeah, even as a negative space, but not in this way.
Right. Again, signing up for the newsletter. Why? The latest content. Yeah. But why would I even want to do that? I don't even know if you're credible yet. And by the looks of this website, my gut's telling me that you're sort of behind in time.
Yeah.
So what's the moral of the story here on this call? It's, you got to look the part if you want to charge the part, and you got to look up to date. Otherwise, your brand is going to give off that feeling of they're behind in times. How could they help me? I'm trying to be cutting edge. I'm trying to be ahead of my competition. I'm trying to be ahead of this curve. Just by the looks of this site, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to deliver that.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. So now that we've sort of taken a peek at what the competition is up to, it makes me realize that we have our work cut out for us, of course, but at the same time, I think it's going to be easy for us.
An advantage.
Yeah, totally. So what I want to do here is I want to sort of conclude this video by pointing out that if you're not staying with the current trends of brand identity inside of your industry, chances are you're going to get left behind. You know, one of these mantras I play in my head, Simon Sinek actually said it at one of the last presentations that I saw him speak at. And he said, you know, the world is constantly moving. Business is constantly moving. The world will constantly evolve. Either you evolve with it or you don't. But either way, the world is constantly moving. And I see a lot of people get comfortable. I see a lot of people get, they have some success and they want to put their feet up and say, we got this, you know, we're here, we made it. And then the next thing you know, competition comes up from behind them and slides the rug right out from underneath them, you know, with another great position or a great offer or a great product. And so I'm always constantly on my toes, you know, inside of my business and helping my clients stay on top of their game. So we're always moving forward with the jet stream, with the tide, because it's easy to get washed up, and it's easy to fall behind if you're not being that proactive self. So, you know, this competition better be scared, because what we're going to create is going to be something that they're not ready for. And, you know, maybe it'll inspire them to step up their game, but that's what we're going to do for Jess. And I'm excited. So Malika, any parting words?
No, yeah, while you were speaking about it, I remember that we didn't even address, with everything we said, we didn't even address mobile friendly and responsive design. So that's even another thing that these websites, but it just falls under what you said, that just keeping up with the trends is actually definitely what helps your brand just go forward. And I completely agree with all the points you made.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I hope you got some value out of this video. If you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel yet, please do. We're going to continue to bring you as much value as we possibly can to help you build your brand and help you take your business to the next level and grow it and scale it. Again, if you have any comments, leave them down below. I'd be happy to get back to you as soon as possible with all of that. And we'll catch you on the next video. Take care, guys.